All right, so you really got us intrigued with this deep dive request.
Yeah.
Bitcoin for publishing. You said LBRY.
Right.
Sounds intriguing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
what is it? What is LBRY?
Well, I guess think about the frustration of having your favorite YouTube channel, like demonetized overnight because they, dared to express a different opinion.
Sure.
Or that feeling when Spotify pays your favorite musician a pittance while they rake in the profits, right?
Why?
LBRY wants to change that whole dynamic.
Okay, so we're talking about shaking up the system.
Yeah.
But how does LBRY actually work?
So at its core, LBRY is a decentralized, open source, and community-run digital marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
So think of it like a digital library.
Yeah.
But instead of being controlled by a single entity, right?
Right.
Or like a big company or whatever.
Right.
It's governed by a distributed network, kind of like how Bitcoin works.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So instead of going to YouTube for videos or Spotify for music, I could go to LBRY for, well, everything.
You got it.
Okay.
You got it. And because it's decentralized,
Right.
there's no central authority calling the shots. There's no censorship.
Wow.
And potentially a much fairer deal
Interesting.
for both creators and consumers.
That's a bold promise.
It is. It is. Okay.
But I've definitely had those moments where I wish I could support creators more directly without a big chunk going to the platform. Tell me more about how LBRY is different.
So let's say you stumble upon
Okay.
a fantastic documentary on
Yeah.
LBRY,
Right.
something you just know wouldn't get the time of day on a mainstream platform.
Right.
You're blown away. You want to support the filmmaker directly.
Right.
With LBRY, you can.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm starting to get why you call this Bitcoin for publishing. It sounds like LBRY is using similar technology to create this more democratic content space, but how does it actually work on a technical level?
So you're right. It all comes back to blockchain.
Okay.
Think of it like this.
Oh.
Imagine like a giant public ledger that keeps track of who owns what content, but instead of being stored in one place, right, like on one company's servers, it's copied across a vast network of computers.
Okay.
And that makes it virtually impossible to tamper with or censor.
So no more worrying about a single company controlling what I can and can't see.
Exactly.
No more getting caught in the crossfire of corporate censorship battles.
Yeah, no more getting your account suspended because you said something that, hurt someone's feelings.
Right.
So on LBRY, creators use something called claims to establish ownership and control over their content.
Okay.
It's like registering your work with the blockchain.
Okay.
Right? Ensuring that you and only you have the final say.
So in a way, it's like the Wild West.
Yeah.
But instead of claim jumping, you're claim staking your content.
I like that.
On this digital frontier.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's about putting creators back in the driver's seat.
Right.
Giving them a way to bypass traditional gatekeepers.
Right.
And connect directly with their audience.
But let's be honest.
Yeah.
Blockchain still feels like this kind of mysterious, complicated technology to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Do I really need to become like a cryptography expert to use LBRY?
That's a great question.
Not at all.
No.
You don't need to understand how a combustion engine works to drive a car, right?
Exactly.
LBRY is designed to be user-friendly, even if you're not a tech whiz.
Yeah.
Think of it like browsing your favorite app store, but with a whole lot more freedom and potential.
Yeah, and that's actually a great analogy.
Okay.
Because you can you can search for specific content, you can browse different categories, subscribe to your favorite creators, all the familiar features that you would expect. But here's where things get really interesting.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Well,
what makes LBRY's content different?
Well, for starters, imagine stumbling upon a concert film so rare that it never made it to streaming services, or an early short story from an author who's now a household name, right?
Right.
LBRY allows creators to share their work directly, which means you're more likely to discover hidden gems and niche content that you wouldn't find anywhere else. Because it's all about...
It's like a digital treasure trove for curious minds.
Exactly, yeah.
But let's get real for a second.
Okay.
We live in a world of instant gratification.
Right.
How do creators on LBRY get noticed?
Yeah.
Without those big platform algorithms?
That's a great question, and that's where LBRY credits, LBC, come in.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about directly supporting creators?
Right.
LBC is the fuel that makes that happen.
So it's like a digital tip jar. But instead of throwing in loose change,
yes,
I'm using cryptocurrency.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. You can tip creators directly.
Right.
You can purchase their content.
Okay.
Or you can even earn LBC yourself.
Really?
By watching videos, sharing content, or participating in the LBRY community.
Wait, hold on. I can actually earn crypto.
You can.
Just by engaging with content on LBRY?
That's exactly right.
That changes everything.
It's a
no more feeling like my time and attention are being exploited by some giant corporation.
Exactly, you got it.
Wow.
LBRY is all about empowering both creators and consumers.
Right.
It's a system where everyone has the potential to benefit,
right,
and where the power of content creation and discovery is put back into the hands of the people.
This has been really eye-opening.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
It feels like we've only scratched the surface of what LBRY can do.
We have. We definitely have.
Wow.
But the most exciting aspect of LBRY is its potential.
Okay.
As more people discover this platform and embrace its decentralized model,
right,
who knows what kind of creative explosion we'll see.
It's like the Wild West of digital content, but in the best way possible.
I like that, yeah.
A place where anyone with a story to tell, a song to share, or a film to screen can connect directly with their audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's about breaking down those walled gardens and fostering a more equitable and open digital landscape.
Oh, I love it.
So for our listener who sent in this fascinating deep dive request, that's LBRY in a nutshell, a platform with the potential to revolutionize how we create, share, and consume content.
100%. Couldn't have said it better myself.
It's up to all of us to decide what we want the future of digital content to look like.
100%.
Are we going to keep playing by the rules of centralized platforms, or are we ready to explore a world of possibilities?
That's the question.